So the goal here is I have, just like before, right? I have a function, and I can input things for x, right, and get out y's, right? And then what I want you to see is, obviously I'm going to change it somehow, right? I'm changing it by the addition of this little thing on the end. My goal and your goal should be, what is this little thing on the end changing about the graph, right? That's the goal, right? So you can see here, here's my function, right? Right, that's this. And then I've added the q on the end, right? So in this case, q equals 2, and then q is equal to -3, and then q is equal to 4. Your goal is, how is this changing it, right? So we already know I'm going to do the original in black, right? So we're always going to plug the same points, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, right? I know when I square it, I'm going to get 4, 1, 0, 1, 4, okay? You can go down here. That's the original parabola. Go down here and plot it. 0, 0, 1, 1, -1, 1, 2, 4, and -2, 4. Right? There's the original we just did. You're going to have to know this one. This one's important to know always. Those points. Right? So there's the original graph. And by label it is in black. Okay, so I'll just put a box around it in black. Okay, and then what you should see, if you have done this a little bit now, I'll do this one in blue. Okay, is if I ignore the fact that Q is there, I should have the original graph, right? So then how does the original change is the question, right? So I'm going to take each of these y values. All right, let's plug them in. So I'm going to get -2 squared is 4, right? So if I'm plugging in the same values, -2 squared is 4, and then I have to add 2 to it, right? So I basically get this column plus 2, right? -2 squared is going to be 4 plus 2 is 6. -1 squared, right, is 1, plus 2 is going to be 3. 0 squared plus 2, 2. 1 squared plus 2 is 3, and 2 squared plus 2 is 6. So now when I go plot this, this is the interesting part, and hopefully the aha moment, right? I'm going to go plot these points. -2, 6. There's the first one. -1, 3. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to plot 0, 2. Then I'm going to plot 1, 3. And I'm going to plot 2, 6. So can anybody tell me what's different about the blue graph relative to the black one? Say that again, sorry?
The y-intercept.
Yeah. And yeah, so the y-intercept, specifically what happened to the y-intercept?
It's like change because of like +2.
I moved it up too. Well, the y-intercept is just 1 point on the graph. Do I not have 5 other points that I've just physically moved up 2 units? Right? Every point from the original has just been moved up 2. That's the only difference between the blue graph and the black one. I took the black one and their y values, right? All these y values, I added 2 to the y values, right? So then I don't even need to fill out the rest of these tables of values. Now, once I know what the rule is, the thing on the end, q, right? I know that I'm going to take the original values of y and subtract 3 now, right? So I'm going to take, I know this is all going to be the same, and I'm going to take the original y values and subtract 3. So 4 minus 3 is going to be 1. 1 minus 3 is -2. 0 minus 3 is -3. 1 minus 3, -2. And 4 minus 3, is 1. And then I go plot those, right? And you can confirm, if you wanted to fill out the tables of values, you could plot in all these x values and confirm that you get these y's out on the other end, right? But you can see how I'm just going to physically take each of these points and move them down 3. 1, 2, 3. 0, negative 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. All right? Okay? That's what I want you guys to see. You can do the last one or you cannot do the last one. That's a pattern, right? That's what I want you to do for this entire booklet. For homework tonight, you can just sit there, plug away at these. If you need to fill out all the table of values, do that. If you don't and you recognize the pattern from the first or second one, then you can just apply the pattern, right? And the goal will be, can you combine them all when it looks something like this? Can you give me what the parabola is going to look like when I do this to you? I put all these different functions or transformations on there. That's the goal, okay? Which you hopefully should be able to get to by the end of the booklet, okay? And if not, we'll consolidate. Obviously, this wasn't a lot of time. We'll consolidate this tomorrow, okay? So just plug away at it. Just plug in values and